Right then guys, here we go. I'm back on the Fendrod. It's going to be my first overnighter since I renewed my membership, so yeah, I'm picking a point, the point peg, because there's nobody on it. There's a few people on it. It's bank holiday weekend. Yeah, so let's get the bivvy down there, get all this stuff down there, and hopefully catch a carp or two. In fact, I wouldn't mind a big bream, but carp. Right then, I'll catch you later. Right there, so the rods are out. I'm still halfway doing the bivvy. It's only held down about 2 pegs, I think it is. And I've gone with what I trust, really. I've gone out on 2 rose hip, and I've got a method mix that I've made with 10 pellet and just a lot of crushed boilies. It's just rose hip and the coconut krill. So I like both of them, and I know that they've caught fish for me in the past, so this is what I'm hoping will happen today. I know that I've already done one session on the Fendrod, a day session, last weekend actually, and I totally blanked, and I sat in the shadows of the trees and I was freezing, and wasn't much fun. Let's just hope this is a bit better. At least now I'll have my bed chair and I'll be able to lie down rather than freeze. But yeah, it's always catching. That's what makes a session. Just catching anything, catching one. That's it, isn't it? If you don't catch nothing, pack up and go home. The session doesn't feel like it started or ended. It's like you get like that sort of like a dull void. But yeah, right. I've got the rods out, and I need to get the bed chair up, get the bivvy pinned down properly, and just generally tidy up, because what you can't see at this side of the camera is just a mess. Right, I'll speak to you later. Right then, it's about 3 hours since I arrived, set up, everything's out. I have seen, I think it was one fish on the surface. May have been a duck. It was one of those delayed reactions. You hear something kicking over, look at the ripples, and you know, there's looks like something's turned over, but it could easily have been a duck diving. But I've watched and I didn't see a duck pop up, so it could well have been a fish. I don't know, but that's it. Sun's beaming down and there's nothing showing themselves on the surface. Could work in the opposite way. It could, with the water being warmer, they'd be on the bottom, but I'm not popping up anything. They're all bottom baits tonight, and that's what I'm banking on, really. But we'll see when the morning comes. Right then, we've probably got about an hour left of sunlight before it starts dipping behind the hill over there, and there's pitch black, and I might do an update in the night to see how I feel. Alright then, I'll catch you later. Morning guys. Right, I put quite a nice little common in the net. So I've held him in the margins now, because I knew that first light was about 25-30 minutes down the line. I thought, well, if it was a single, then I probably would have just done a quick nighttime vlog, but no, it's the first fish out of the Fendrod in 2 years, so I thought, get some nice pictures, get a nice bit of footage, and yeah, so give it another 10-15 minutes, it should be light enough to get a decent picture. Alright then, I'll see you then. Let's wait, hopefully he'll calm down. Right, so the scales I got, they can't preset, so they're coming up as 24.5, and I weighed the sling before, I wet and weighed the sling before I got it out of the water. That was 2.25, so that's 22.25. Yeah, 22.25. First fish out the Fendrod in 2 years, and it's £22. It's not happy. But, let's lift it. Come on. There we go. I'm well happy with this. What a beast. Right. It's pretty much scale perfect both sides. A little bit of a red scale on the bottom of one side. But, 22.25. Is that 22.4? Let's give a quick look at the other side. There we go. And the other side. Right there we go. I think it's actually the biggest fish I've ever had out the Fendrod. You want to play ball as soon as I had it in on the mat anyway. There she goes. Right there, good morning. Yeah. So, my first fish out of the Fendrod in 2 years. New PB Common. I didn't even acknowledge that it was a PB Common when I weighed it. It's just only when I quickly checked back on Facebook and I was thinking, I don't know, my brain was scrambled. I knew that it was 21.6. I was checking. But yes, the previous one was 21.6, so this one's 22.4, so I've beaten it again. It's not too bad. It's first Fendrod carp and a PB and a PP for me from this lake. So it's good today. Alright, the mist is still rising off the lake behind the camera, and it's freezing. Where the mat has got wet, it's actually crystallised, iced a bit. But that usually means it's going to be another boiling hot day, so we'll have to wait and see. I think I'm heading to be packed up and off round about 12. So this is, well, first thing in the morning has always been sort of partially bite time on the Fendrod. I've had one borderline dawn. So I just checked all 3 rods, put them all back out. So I can only hope. I'd like another one. And now I wouldn't mind getting a bream. Especially if it were around about the £10 mark, I'd take that. Alright then, I'll catch you later. Right, I'll give you a quick rig run through. It's like, it feels like forever since I've done something like that. So, literally, using coated braid for quite a stiff link. You can see that very well. Luckily, you actually got a 1.5 ounce lead on there. And we got, I think there's a quarter curve shank, or, and there we go, rose hip and a piece of what it is. It's the glow in the dark sort of mixer biscuits. I cut them in half and then pull the boilie tight into them. But yeah, that's what's bringing it down. Right, let's get this in a PV bag. It's actually a mix of pellet and just ground up boilie. Let's get this back out on the spot. Right then, sun's starting to come up now. Rods are still out. It's looking quite nice here today, it's like summer. But then if you flip around behind me, oh, I've got Steve who's brought me down for some breakfast.
Morning.
Right, and I'll just show you that just out of the sun, I still got ice on the unhooking mat. Yeah, it was a bit cold last night, but I'm not complaining. Right, I'll speak to you later. Right, it's probably one of the last updates, I think. I didn't, what I thought was going to be a feed-in time didn't actually produce anything. I saw one, well, I managed to film it. Tim had one from the peg down, around about when I was expecting possibly another run, but no, I didn't get anything more, but I'm not complaining. Right, yeah, so I'm going to start packing up as well, it's Easter weekend, spend some time with the boy, and just enjoy Easter. Well, apart from the fact that I can't eat chocolate, but hey ho. Yeah, Easter and Christmas, they're pretty crap if you can't eat chocolate. Right then, I'll see you probably once I've packed all this away, and I'll do a roundup. Alright, I'll see you later. Right then, right, time to go home. First session on the Fendrod in 2 years. Happy. Right, yeah. I think it was the biggest fish I've ever had that year, but I suppose, I don't know, it doesn't seem, when I had that ghosty about 2 years ago, because I'd gone so long without banking a fish out here, it was such a big deal. I know this is nice, but it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't as much of a big deal this time, but I'm still really over the moon about it. Alright then, yeah, that's about it for now. I'll catch you next time I'm on the bank. Right, ta-da.